G'day my fellow media collectors, I'm Troy and today we are looking at what has to be Batman and Robin's first animated team up. So who was it, you ask?
Superman?
Nah, it wasn't Superman.
So, Flash?
Nah, it wasn't the Flash.
It's Green Lantern!
Yeah, nah, it wasn't Green Lantern either.
Well then who the hell is it?
Well, it was only one of the greatest mystery solvers of our time. And of course, I'm talking about...
Today, Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin.
The new Scooby-Doo Movies is an animated television series produced by Hanna-Barbera and was broadcast on Saturday mornings on the CBS Network. There were only 2 episodes that guest starred Batman and Robin, which were the Dynamic Scooby-Doo Affair, which aired on the 16th of September 1972, and the Caped Crusader Caper, which aired on the 16th of December 1972. This DVD has 2 episodes, each with a runtime of 41 minutes. It was first released on DVD on the 20th of August 2002. And it was distributed by Warner Brothers Home Video. This cartoon follows the adventures of Scooby-Doo and Mystery Inc. As in these classic episodes, it brings together 2 iconic worlds in the classic crossover event, with Mystery Inc. teaming up with Batman and Robin to take on the notorious villains like the Joker and the Penguin. Combining Scooby-Doo's signature humour with Batman's heroic action, these vintage adventures showcase teamwork, clever detective work, and plenty of laughs for fans of all ages. Look, the scripts for these episodes embody the light-hearted charm of 1970s animation, blending Scooby-Doo's signature mystery formula with the caped flair of a Batman and Robin. While these stories deliver an enjoyable mix of mystery, comedy, and superhero antics that perfectly suit the tone of the era, it is in these qualities that it makes them accessible and entertaining for children, thanks to their simple plots, colourful characters, and slapstick humour. And look, if you really want to be nitpicky, our villains of the stories, the Joker and the Penguin, are really underutilised and reduced to just bumbling characters as opposed to their usual menaces that they are in the comic books. Now look, these episodes, they do drag in places with some drawn out chase scenes and filler moments at times, which does sort of slow the story down. But it also has that nice campy tone, vintage animation, and classic voice acting, providing a warm reminder of a simpler era in television, which, if you grew up watching the original Scooby-Doo or Batman cartoons, the nostalgia will wash over you and make you forget about any shortcomings these stories may have. And look, for that, I'm going to give it a 15 out of 30. Now, the show was not based on any comic book stories or the like. These stories were just strictly written for these episodes. Now, the inspiration for Batman and Robin was taken straight from the previous Batman cartoon from 1966, The Adventures of Batman, with the same look and voice actors, no less, which gives these cartoons a feel of continuity for kids, which I think was a smart move by Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, very clever.
Now, the animation is straight up classic Hanna-Barbera, which is really just a slight step up from your Filmations and the like. But it was not without its flaws, shall we say, which was, let's face it, common back in the 70s due to how these cartoons were actually made, with some noticeable, shall we say, colouring and animation mistakes. Like this one I'm about to show you. This one made me laugh out loud when Batman just decides not to wear any pants all of a sudden.
Would you please go put some pants on?
And the Joker's face kept changing throughout both episodes, which was weird. I guess they just couldn't get it right. But there were a few moments there where he looked like a poor man's Jay Leno.
It is so fashionable to take a shot at Jay Leno.
Now the cast list I'll bring up here. And as you can see here, it is an absolute who's who of voice acting greats from the 70s and 80s. For any of you out there, like myself, that grew up around this time, this cast is a nostalgic delight, perfectly capturing the charm of 1970s animation era, with each actor just bringing their usual classic performances to these beloved characters, from Don Messick as Scooby-Doo to Frank Welker as Fred and Casey Kasem as Shaggy and Robin, and so on down the list. Honestly, there is not one person here that really didn't bring their usual A game to these characters, and I can't fault anyone here because every voice just sounds like an old familiar friend from your childhood. It really does. So for that, I'm going to give this a 15 out of 20. Okay, if we look at the disc and case, I really like the look of that cover. It really suits the aesthetic of that sort of 70s feel. Like, I really don't mind it at all. There we go, there's the front there. I'll show you the sides. That doesn't look too bad at all. And the back, just something classic, nothing too flashy, but serves the purpose, has everything on there that you need. Now, if we look at the disc, it is really just the cover. Again, a little advertisement there. But yeah, overall, look, I can't complain. It looks good on the shelf, fits in well, and you know, like I said, it really captures that sort of 70s aesthetic there. So for that, I'm probably going to give this, yeah, a 6 out of 10. So there are 3 special features on this disc, which are the Mystery Inc yearbook, Get the Picture, How to Draw Scooby-Doo, and Get the Picture, How to Draw Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Now, the yearbook featurette is just sort of gives you a little bit of behind the scenes look with the voice actors and the like. Look, it's nothing special that is really worth checking out. And the how to draw, well, you don't actually teach you how to draw Scooby in that. You just watch an artist draw him and that is it. So not real great in that perspective. So overall, there are some special features on here, but there is nothing to write home about at all. So with that, I'm going to give it, not much. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. As I bring up the Rotten Tomatoes scorecard, as you can see here, the critics came in at, well, there you go, 0, of course. While the audience score came in at, 65%. So, of course, look, there is no surprise there when it comes to the critics. Who's going to review these old ones? But the audience score, well, honestly, it is exactly what you think. It is a whole heap of people reminiscing about how they loved watching this as a kid and writing reviews with that old nostalgia goggles on hard. So look, when it comes to these cartoons, I can't blame them for that. So look, if we round it out, I'm going to get a score of 6 out of 10. So look, I have some fond memories of watching these episodes as a kid back in the day when I saw it from time to time on TV in reruns. I was never a big Scooby-Doo fan when I was a kid, as it never really interested me then. But I have since come to enjoy Scooby-Doo as I got older. As you see, both of my girls, they were big Scooby-Doo fans when they were kids, and hence I ended up watching a shitload of their movies and cartoons with them. So as a result, I actually ended up enjoying them myself.
Just a stupid kid show.
And these Scooby-Doo cartoons are those classics from the 70s that we all know and love. And of course, you throw a bit of Batman and Robin there in the mix, and what is not to love about them?
Pretty awesome, right?
Okay, Sure, they're not perfect, but sometimes that just adds a little bit to the charm, and I have to admit, sometimes to the laughs, which I have to say I enjoyed watching them again as much as I did back when I was a kid. I don't really have much more to say than these cartoons are just a nice, harmless, wholesome, fun thing to sit down and watch with your kids and enjoy. So with my nostalgia goggles on fully tight, I am going to give this a 17 out of 20. First off is availability, and I'm going to give this a 1 out of 5. This is just super common and you will have no trouble finding a copy out there at all. As far as collectability goes, I'm actually going to give this a 5 out of 5. Look, this is a cult classic for any serious collector to have. It's cheap, and it's definitely a must-have for any Batman or superhero fan. The average price you're looking for is somewhere between the $5 to $18 mark for a DVD. So look, nice and cheap anywhere you look. So let's go to the scorecard and see how this one shapes up. Now for the final score, we get a grand total of 61 out of 100. Oh, not a bad score for such an awesome throwback to a simpler time in animation where a talking dog and a master vigilante can team up and run around together to fight crime and solve mysteries.
Boy, that was a great episode!
Hey, so if you like this video, you want to see some more of my reviews, why don't you click that one there? Oh, maybe you want to see some of my collection updates. Got you covered too. Click that one there. And of course, don't forget to do the most important thing. Throw me a like and don't forget to hit that subscription button. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.